Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Daily English Channel. I'm Emma.
And I'm Paul. It's great to see you all again. If you want to improve your real-life English, you've come to the right place.
Today, I have to be honest with you. I am appearing here with very low battery energy.
I can see it in your eyes, Emma. You have those dark circles again. Let me guess. Did you stay up late fighting with your phone?
How did you know? Honestly, I planned to be in bed by 10 p.m. I really did. But then I opened my phone just for a second to check one message, and suddenly it was 1 a.m. This morning, my body feels so heavy. My brain feels like it's full of cold soup.
That is exactly why we are sitting here today. For our friends listening at home or on the bus, we aren't here for a boring grammar lecture. We are here to have a heart-to-heart talk about energy, habits, and being kinder to ourselves.
In this episode, you will learn 5 key expressions that will help you describe your daily life better. Sluggish, squeeze in, stick to, game changer, and wind down. These aren't just words, they are tools to help you beat that tired feeling and reach your English goals without burning out.
We want to show you that you don't need to be a superhero to be successful. You just need a few secrets to manage your day.
But before we dive into these secrets, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Your support is the only reason I can stay motivated to share these stories and English tips with you every single day.
Ready to share the secrets, Emma?
Ready. Let's start by talking about this sluggish monster that lives in my bedroom. Let's really dive into this word, sluggish. For our friends listening, I want you to imagine a slug. You know, that tiny, soft, brown animal in the garden? It moves so slowly that you're not even sure if it's alive. It leaves a trail of slime behind it. When you feel sluggish, you are that slug. You feel heavy. You feel like you are walking through thick, sticky honey.
That is a perfect, almost painful description, Emma. It's a very physical feeling, isn't it? It's not just being a little tired because you didn't sleep well. It's a deep, heavy feeling in your bones. It's when your body says no before your brain even says yes. This morning, when your alarm went off, what was the very first thing you felt in your body?
Honestly, I felt like someone had replaced my blood with lead. My bed felt like a magnet pulling me down. The alarm made this beep, beep, beep sound, and it felt like a hammer hitting my head. I didn't want to move a finger. I just lay there, staring at the ceiling, thinking, why is the world so loud? Why do I have to be a person today? My brain felt like it was full of thick gray fog. I could see my to-do list in my mind, editing videos, recording this podcast, answering emails, but it all felt like a mountain I couldn't climb.
That is what scientists sometimes call sleep inertia, but we can just call it the sluggish monster. It's like your engine is trying to start, but there's no oil. And when that fog is there, you can't see the path, you just see the obstacles. Everything looks 10 times harder than it actually is. So tell me, what was the first thing you did to try and wake up?
I did the worst thing possible, Paul. The absolute worst. I reached for my phone. It's right next to my bed, charging. I thought, maybe if I see a funny video or a bright picture, my brain will wake up. I call it cheap energy. It's like eating a giant candy bar for breakfast. You get a tiny spark of interest, but then you just fall deeper into the mud.
I know that trap. You think you are waking up, but you are actually just numbing your brain. What did you see on your phone?
It started with one video about a dog, then a video about a celebrity, then a video about a recipe for a cake I will never bake. Suddenly, 45 minutes were gone. And do you know how I felt after those 45 minutes? My eyes hurt, my neck was stiff, my mouth felt dry, and I felt this heavy cloud of guilt. I started talking to myself in a mean way. Emma, you are so lazy. Look at all those people on Instagram. They're at the gym. They're making healthy green juices. They have their lives together. And you are here lying in the dark looking at nonsense.
I want everyone listening to listen to this very carefully. That guilt is a lie. We live in the year 2025, and the world is faster than it has ever been. Our brains are receiving thousands of pieces of information every hour. We aren't machines. We aren't designed to be productive every single second. Sometimes feeling sluggish is just your brain's way of saying, "Please stop. I am full. I need a real break, not a digital one."
I am full. I love that. I always thought I was empty of energy, but maybe I am just too full of stress and noise. It's like a computer that has too many windows open at the same time.
Precisely. I remember a time in my life, about 5 years ago. I was working in a very high-pressure office. I woke up every single day feeling like a ghost. I was so sluggish that I would drink 5, 6, 7 cups of coffee a day. My heart would be beating fast, thump, 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 but my mind was still slow. I was borrowing energy from my future self.
Borrowing energy from your future self? Can you explain that? It sounds like a bank loan with a very high interest rate.
It is. Think of your energy like a bank account. Every time you stay up until 1 a.m. watching videos, you are taking a loan from tomorrow morning. You are saying, "I want to be awake now, so I will pay for it tomorrow with a headache and a slow brain." But the interest rate is crazy, Emma. If you take a 2-hour loan tonight, you have to pay back 5 hours of tiredness tomorrow. Eventually, you go bankrupt. You have zero energy left. You become a permanent slug.
That explains my life. I've been living in debt for years. I've been stealing from morning Emma to give to night Emma, and night Emma is very, very angry about it. She wakes up every day and finds the bank account is empty.
We all do it, but the key is to stop the cycle of guilt. When you feel sluggish, don't fight it with anger. Don't call yourself lazy. That just makes you feel heavier. Instead, say, "Okay, my energy bank is empty. How can I make a small deposit right now?"
A deposit, like putting a little bit of life back in?
Yes, and you don't do it with a 2-hour workout, you do it with micro movements. For our listeners, micro means very, very small. If you are sitting there right now feeling slow and heavy, just try one thing. Roll your shoulders back. Drink 2 sips of cold water. Look out the window at something green for 30 seconds. These are small deposits. They don't fix everything immediately, but they stop the sluggish monster from getting bigger.
I'm starting to realize that my all or nothing thinking is the problem. I think if I can't be a superhero today, I will just stay a slug in my bed. But there is a middle ground. I can be a slow-moving but healthy human.
Exactly. And that is why we talk about these small habits on the Daily English channel. Because when you are in the sluggish trap, you don't need a ladder to the moon, you just need one small step out of the mud. And sometimes that step starts with something as simple as putting your phone in another room.
I think our listeners can really feel this. If you've ever felt like a slug staring at your phone and feeling guilty while the sun comes up, just know you are not alone. Paul and I are right there with you. We are all trying to pay back our energy loans.
Well said. Now, once we understand the trap, we need to find the juice to get moving. That leads us to our next secret.
I have to be honest with you and our listeners. I hate the gym. I really do. When people say the word exercise, my brain immediately shows me a picture of smelly clothes, expensive memberships, and people looking at me while I look like a bright red tomato. It feels like a big project. I just don't have the time to drive there, change clothes, work out for an hour, shower, and drive back. That's a 3-hour trip. Who has that kind of time?
I have a secret I haven't told many people. I haven't been to a gym in 3 years.
Really? But you look healthy. You have a lot of energy. You're not sluggish at all today. How do you do it? Do you have a secret treadmill under your desk?
No, no secret machines. It's because I learned how to squeeze in movement. Let's look at that phrase, squeeze in. Think about a lemon. You squeeze it with your hand to get every last drop of juice out. To squeeze in something means to find a tiny bit of space for an activity in a very crowded schedule. It's about using the gaps in your day.
So you are squeezing exercise into your day like lemon juice? But where do you find the gaps? My day feels like a solid block of work.
I look for dead time. Dead time is when you are waiting for something or doing a task that doesn't require your brain. For example, Emma, when you are on a phone call with your mom or a friend, what do you usually do?
Usually I sit on the sofa or I lie down and look at the ceiling while we talk. I try to relax.
Try this instead. Stand up, put your phone on speaker or use headphones. Walk around the room while you talk. If the call is 20 minutes, you just walked for 20 minutes. You didn't go for a walk, you just squeezed in a walk during a phone call. You were so busy talking about gossip or plans that you didn't even notice your legs were moving.
Oh, I never thought of that. It's invisible movement.
Exactly. Or think about when you are waiting for the microwave to finish heating your lunch. That is usually 2 or 3 minutes of dead time. What do you do then?
I usually just stand there, staring at the food through the little window, watching the soup go around and around. It's quite boring, actually.
Instead of staring at the soup, do 10 squats. Just 10. It takes 30 seconds.
Paul, isn't that a bit weird? What if my roommate walks into the kitchen and sees me doing squats in front of the microwave?
Let them think it's weird. While they are feeling sluggish and waiting for their food, you are pumping oxygen into your brain. By the time your soup is hot, your heart is beating faster, and you feel more awake. You squeezed in a mini workout without even changing your clothes.
I'm starting to see the hidden minutes now. I always complain that I have no time to read or practice my English, but I spend 15 minutes every morning waiting for the bus. I usually just scroll on my phone, which, as we know, makes me more sluggish. I could squeeze in 5 minutes of listening to this podcast right there.
Exactly. And what about when you are brushing your teeth? That's 2 minutes twice a day. You can't do much with your hands, but your ears are free. You can squeeze in an English listening exercise, or while you are folding your laundry. These are activity snacks. You don't need a whole 3-course meal of exercise, you just need a few snacks throughout the day.
This makes me feel so much better. The pressure to be perfect is gone. I don't have to be a gym person. I just have to be a squeeze-in person. It's about being smart with the time I already have.
It's all about the action inertia principle. It is very hard to start a 1-hour workout when you feel like a slug, but it is very easy to do 5 squats. And once you start moving, even just a little, your body says, "Oh, okay, we are moving now. Let's send some energy to the brain." The hardest part is always the first 10 seconds. When you squeeze in small movements, you are tricking your brain into being active.
I love the word tricking. I'm going to trick my sluggish monster by doing squats while I wait for my coffee to brew tomorrow morning.
That's the spirit. And you can do the same for your English goals. Don't wait for a perfect 2-hour study session on Sunday. You'll be too tired by then. Instead, squeeze in 1 new word while you are waiting for the elevator. Squeeze in 1 English sentence while you are walking to your car. These small moments add up to big results.
It's like a puzzle. Each squeezed minute is a small piece of the puzzle. At the end of the week, you have a beautiful picture of progress.
Well said, Emma. It's not about having more time. It's about using the small lemon drops of time that we usually throw away. And for our listeners, that is a total game changer.
Wait, Paul, you used another one of our key words, game changer. We haven't explained that one yet.
You're right. Let's save that for the next part. But first, let's see if our friends have any ideas on what they can squeeze into their busy lives.
Friends, I'm going to interrupt Paul for just 1 second. Are you enjoying this heart-to-heart talk? We're talking about some deep things today, energy, guilt, and how to change your life with just small changes.
If you are finding this helpful, or if you are learning some new English words like sluggish or squeeze in, please do us a huge favor. Click that like button right now and leave a comment.
Tell us, what is one small habit you want to squeeze in this week? We love reading your stories. And make sure you stay with us until the very end, because Paul is going to reveal his digital sunset secret that completely fixed his sleep. You don't want to miss that part. Okay, Paul, back to you.
Thanks, Emma. I love seeing the comments. It reminds me that we are all in this together. Now, let's talk about the word stick to.
Stick to? Like glue?
Exactly. To stick to something means to continue doing it, to follow your plan and not give up. This is the hardest part of learning English or being healthy.
I am the queen of quitting. I start a new diet on Monday, and by Wednesday I'm eating pizza. I can't stick to anything.
That's because you didn't have a game changer. A game changer is a small thing that makes a huge difference. For me, it was a simple blue water bottle.
How did a bottle of water change your whole game?
It sounds almost too simple, Emma. But as I said, I used to be the king of soda. I didn't drink water. I thought water was boring. I lived on sugar, Coke, energy drinks, sweet tea. Because of that, my energy was like a roller coaster. I would be up for 30 minutes, then down and sluggish for 2 hours. I had constant headaches.
I know that feeling. The sugar crash. Did you try to quit?
Oh, many times. I would say, Paul, starting today, you are a healthy man. No more soda, only water. And I would stick to it for maybe 4 hours. By lunch, I would see a cold can of soda and my brain would scream, I need it. I would drink it and then I would feel like a failure. I couldn't stick to the plan because the plan was too hard.
So what was different this time?
I decided to stop fighting myself. I bought a 1-liter water bottle. It was a beautiful, deep ocean blue. I didn't tell myself, you can't have soda. Instead, I made a deal with myself. I called it the Rule of One.
The Rule of One. Tell us more.
I put the bottle on my desk, right in front of my computer. The rule was, Paul, you are allowed to drink a soda, but only after you finish this 1 bottle of water. I wasn't taking away the soda, I was just adding the water first.
That is brilliant. You weren't saying no, you were saying later.
Exactly. The first day, it took me until 2 p.m. to finish the water. I was so full of water that when I finally opened the soda, I only drank half of it. I wasn't thirsty anymore. My body was finally getting what it actually needed, hydration, not sugar. Within a week, I was finishing the water by 11 a.m., and the magic thing happened. My headaches started to go away. My brain fog started to lift. I found that I could stick to this habit because it wasn't a punishment, it was a gift.
A gift to your future self.
Yes, and that is why it was a game changer. It changed my energy, which changed my work, which changed my mood. I wasn't the grumpy Paul at 4 p.m. anymore. I was hydrated Paul. I had the energy to actually go for a walk or cook a real dinner.
Let's apply this water bottle logic to English. So many people want to learn English, but they treat it like my all-or-nothing gym plan. They say, I will study for 3 hours every day, and then they do it for 2 days, they get tired, they feel sluggish, and they quit. They can't stick to it.
It's the same mistake. Don't try to eat the whole English book in one day. Use the rule of one. Tell yourself, I can watch my favorite show in my own language, but only after I listen to 10 minutes of Emma's podcast. Or I can check my Instagram, but only after I learn one new English word and write it in a sentence.
That takes away the fear. When the goal is small, the sluggish monster stays asleep.
Exactly. You have to trick your brain into being successful. Every time you finish that 10 minutes, or every time I finished that blue bottle, my brain got a little win, and wins feel good. When you have enough of those small wins, they add up. Suddenly, you aren't a slug anymore, you're a person with momentum.
Momentum. That's a great word. It's like a ball rolling down a hill. It starts slow, but then it gets faster and faster. My 10-minute English habit started small, but now I can't imagine my day without it. It's my game changer. We've talked about the morning and the day, but we still need to talk about the hardest part, the night. How do we stop the phone hunger so we can actually get our energy back?
That is the big one. To fix the morning, we have to look at the night. We need to learn how to wind down.
Wind down, like a clock?
Yes, imagine an old toy car. You wind it up and it goes fast. Vroom! To wind down is the opposite. It's when the energy slowly leaves and the car slows down until it stops.
I am very bad at this. At 11 p.m., my brain is usually winding up. I'm checking work emails or watching news or worrying about tomorrow.
That is why you feel sluggish the next morning. You're starting your sleep with a stressed brain. To wind down properly, you need a digital sunset.
A digital sunset? That sounds beautiful. What is it?
Think about the sun. It doesn't just disappear in 1 second, it slowly goes down. The light changes from yellow to orange to dark. You need to do the same with your phone. At a certain time, let's say 9 p.m., the sun goes down on your phone. You put it in another room. You turn off the bright lights in your house. You're telling your brain, the day is over. There is no more work. It is time to rest.
But what do I do without my phone? I'll be bored.
Boredom is the door to sleep, Emma. Read a paper book, not an e-book, a real book with paper pages. The smell of the paper, the feeling of turning the page, it's very calming. Or listen to some soft music. This is how you wind down. You're preparing your body for a high-quality recharge.
I think I need to stick to a digital sunset rule. It's going to be hard.
Try it for just 15 minutes before bed. Don't try 2 hours. Just squeeze in 15 minutes of no phone time before you sleep. That will be a game changer for your morning energy.
Paul, I feel like I've had a therapy session today. This was so much better than a normal English lesson. I feel lighter. I feel like I can actually change my life. Let's review the words for everyone.
Let's do it.
Sluggish. That heavy, slow feeling. Example, I felt so sluggish this morning because I didn't sleep enough.
Stick to continue doing something and not quit. Example, if you stick to your English practice, you will become fluent.
Game changer. A small thing that makes a huge difference. Example, this new app is a game changer for my vocabulary.
Squeeze in, to find a small amount of time for something. Example, I can squeeze in a quick workout during my lunch break.
Wind down, to relax before sleep. Example, I like to listen to music to wind down after a busy day.
Perfect. Now we have a challenge for our listeners. Pick one thing to do this week. Either squeeze in 5 minutes of movement during a phone call, or stick to drinking a bottle of water before your coffee, or wind down for 15 minutes without your phone.
Just one thing, and do it for 7 days. Then come back to this video and write in the comments, Emma, Paul, I did it. We promise to read them.
We are all in this together. We aren't perfect, but we're trying.
Thank you for listening to the Daily English channel. If you like this episode, please like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who feels a bit sluggish today.
Could have a wonderful, energetic week, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. See you in the next episode.